Necro out here. And now we see if we have a chance in the game or not. Got a Renfri, that's pretty good. And we're in a really good spot here, I think. He's interrupted the Guerilla full. That is fine. We'll play our Zarthesius here, get a really big boost, plus 14. We do have to be mindful he still has a Regis, which is a really big card, but it's going to come down to it what his other card is. We have no Bleedings out, so Oriana's no good. He would have played that already. It's just a Peller, which is not that surprising, honestly. But I'm pretty sure that our Vilgefortz here will end up getting us just enough to beat out his, what's it called? His Regis. We pull this out. Albric's out. He needs a 35 on this Regis. He doesn't have it. And Ehorax messed his everything up because we got rid of his Renfri in the game. Which is why I like Ehorax Rience so much. But yeah, this Regis isn't going to be big enough, and this will be a GG. Taking out Vampire Renfri here. There it is. Today we're going to be running one of my favorite decks here, Hyperthin. Now Hyperthin here, we're running a Rience and Ehorax version, just because I think this is possibly my favorite 2-card combo in the entire game. It's really good at punishing, in particular, Renfri players. Renfri Imprisonment even more so because they have their Triss you can pull out of their deck too, their Meteor Shower. So it's really good at punishing that. And it's also very good at dealing with Simloss Waylay decks, because you yank the Simloss out of their deck, and their deck's kind of, well, they have a lot of problems then. So I think this is a really fun combo. I don't think it's the best way to play the deck. I think if you want to play the deck optimally, you fit in your Sunset Wanderers and a Heat Wave here instead and drop this Nausicaa Sergeant to a 4, potentially a Spores. But I think this is fun, so that's why we're doing it. So our deck, we do have Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull is just here for our Rience. You pull him out round 1, put the Crystal Skull on him. They can't lock him. It's the only reason we're running Crystal Skull over one of the other stratagems. You don't necessarily have to. You could run like the Collar or something, but you know, Rience is really fun, so we're doing it this way. As far as the rest of the deck, is pretty standard Hyperthin stuff. We've got a Decree. Decree helps you get your Ehorax. You have like a 72, I think, % chance to open with it if you've got Decree and Ehorax in your deck. Then we have the Vilgefortz, Zarthesius, pretty standard stuff, Roach, Triss, Yennefer, Nicker, Snowdrop. Got the Dead Man's Tongue to banish 2 in our deck. And we're running the Albric version of Hyperthin here. This was requested by one of our viewers. And yeah, we'll be doing the Albric version here. Now, ideally, like I said, I think you want Sunset Wanderers and your Heatwave here. But other than that, the rest of the deck is pretty good. The point of Albric here is you move into the top of your deck a whole bunch of times, so it gets really big. And each time you move to the top of your deck, he gives you a little bit of engine value, who boosts you by 2. The only problem with Albric Hyperthin is you do not, under any circumstances, really want to play against a Nilfgaard opponent. Because, 1, they will play, if it's like a Renfri version, they have Rune Mage. And Rune Mage can get them a, what's it called? A Kingslayer. And if they're playing a Assimilate deck, they have stuff like Imperial Diplomacy, which can give them Kingslayer. And if you get your Albric Kingslayered, game's over. 2, they can run Vilgefortz. If they Vilgefortz and yoink your Albric off the top of your deck, your whole strategy's kind of gone there too. So that's pretty bad. And 3rd, they can run Guerilla and just play it off the top once you've boosted it up a whole bunch. So against Nilfgaard, this deck's really bad if they have any of those options, and they usually have one. So you gotta be careful about that. It's not a great matchup, but the only thing you can really do is to play the Summoning Circle. This is another option for the deck. I'm just mentioning these options here. You can really play Summoning Circle and the Imperial Golem. And then if they are playing Nilfgaard, you just don't do that and leave the Imperial Golem in your deck. But it's not great. As far as the rest of the deck, we got Fisher King, Blightmakers, you know, the standard stuff. Mage Assassins you want in your hand for your tactical decision. So you can use the Blightmakers to boost up Albric. He is a mage, that's still a good tempo play. We got 2 Couriers, they move to the top of the deck. So does Novice. Novice is great if you draw the Albric, say in your opening hand, you can play this, put it back into your deck, and be all set. the 1 Squirrel and the 2 Viper Witcher Adepts, just as a little bit of engine value. I really would have liked to fit a second Nausicaa Sergeant, because getting Blood round 2 is one of the weaknesses of Hyperthin in general, but we couldn't really fit it, so we're ended up with just the 1, which is really unfortunate, because I tried pretty hard to fit it, but there's just so many cards you kind of need in Hyperthin. But anyway, we'll go see how this deck does. I expect to have some fairly decent results with it again. Well, this is a really bad situation here. We have an Enslave player. If he's Enslaved 6, we should be okay. He is. That means there's no... Well, it means he probably doesn't have a dedicated way to mess our deck up. Nilfgaard Novice means that we don't want him in our hand still, but we can draw another card first. These engine cards are basically useless because of how many tactics this guy's running. We kept the Rience just because we didn't get our Horrorquacks and we had worse cards that we needed to reshuffle into our deck. And if we do decide to lead a round 1, which we probably won't because we don't have Snowdrop, you can still put the Crystal Skull on him. He does thin a card, which we don't normally want from our hand. Keep that in mind. And we'll just begin our Rience, or our, not Rience. Our Albric things. Let's see if he has it. He'd have to Vilgefortz to have a way to deal with it. I don't think he's running Vilgefortz just because you have so much removal in the tactics already.
I shall not repeat the year's mistakes.
Without hesitation.
So we're gonna draw our Horrorquacks next turn, or next round. That's nice. Good to know that. Or we draw it this round with the leader, if he's overcommitting. We need to win this round and lead round 2 because he has Nausicaa Sergeant spam in this deck.
That was not in the spell books.
I'm assuming it's just an internet thing. There's no reason for him to quit here. Yep. You don't want to play this quite yet, this Adapt. So first of all, we're on even cards, and second of all, he's just going to kill it. There's the Magni Division. Bribery. If he gets Vilgefortz, we're going to be really sad. He did not. Okay. We lose the game to Vilgefortz there because we just lose our Albric. Like I said, against Nilfgaard's a terrible matchup. We just don't want to play Nilfgaard. But of course, that means we're only going to play Nilfgaard today.
As you command.
Leader would trigger Roach. And also potentially set up our Horrorquacks Rience play. Let's see here. If he pushes for tempo, we might do it. But I don't want to. I think we need this for round 2 tempo.
Wars are won with discipline, my lords.
That being said, we do need to win this round, so I think we have to drop this.
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
So we put you on top. Then you on top. Then you on top, and we'll play you Horror Quacks
No
next
sense
turn.
to a foul and flesh well charred.
Or this turn, rather, and see what we can pull from his deck.
Time for a rematch.
Can't quite see what that is, because that's his highest provision card, Venendal Elite. His hand is perfect. Must be nice. Gets every good card in his hand. Every gold unit's in his hand. Wow. Yeah, like I said, that must be nice. You have a 25-point lead here. And he's playing Enslave Tactics, so he has to like hit this and then use its order. He has to hit this, seize, and then use its order if he wants to compete this round. Which means his leader's gone. You do get to go to round 3. Round 3 is kind of scary, just because we have the issue where he's going to have a lot of control. He might not have things to boost. Interesting deck. We still have Knickers in there. Let's go with our Fisher King. We'll just resume our boosting. We know he has all of his gold cards, well, at least gold units in his hand. You need him to use his leader before round 3, I think, or play for a long round 3. Problem with long round 3 is he spams Nausicaa Sergeant Slave Driver. We don't have a good way to stop that. This becomes a 6 if we play it, and then he's going to seize it, but if he seizes this, that's fine. I'd rather him seize this than something else round 3. Still need to play Royal Decree and Dead Man's Tongue. He's going to seize the Snowdrop. That's good. I think we Vilgefortz that, so we can keep up pressure this round. I think we do that. His leader is gone. So we want a Dead Man's Tongue. Banish. Probably both of our Adepts. Which are Adepts? They're not going to be very good this game.
Stars contend, you shall be victorious today.
Our Knickers out. Do have a Squirrel, but I think Squirrel's pretty useless here. Just drop in Hefty Helga in case there's a in case there's what was I saying? Before we return this to our hand. We'll play Fisher King again. Just makes our Albrick bigger. I will Squirrel the Hefty Helga in case there's no renew. Like, yeah, we just Squirrel something random to bleed gold cards from his hand. We want to force out the Nausicaa Sergeant spam. If he's not running Nausicaa Sergeant spam, he should have other gold cards we can bleed. Look at our top 3. 18 armor. Love to see it. We do have Squirrel and we have... Let's go with the Squirrel here. It's probably boosted by like 4 or something. He needs a soldier, so Nausicaa's Sergeant is a soldier, but he might be holding them. But I suspect he's gonna get like +4 on this. 4 vitality, not a soldier. Let's see what else he has in his hand. We still want to play the Decree into Blightmaker into this Mage Assassin, so we don't draw it. That was a pretty, that was just a 3-point coup de grace. It sure was. Yes, we go Royal Decree into Blightmaker here. We'll get that last Mage Assassin out of our deck. For a bit of tempo here. And like I said, he just played coup. He's playing a bunch of cards he doesn't want to be playing right now.
Let their blood break their bones and spirit.
How much do we want to bleed? The minimum value on each of these is 7. We could play them. But then we lose high roll potential. But we have a poor round 3 then. I mean, we'll still have this. We won't get to play Albrecht though. So we don't have our Vilgefortz. Usually supposed to have Vilgefortz range to him out of your deck, but we stopped the Hefty Helga, which has been working out quite well, honestly. Against him, I don't think Triss is super good, so I think we'll play Triss here.
I sense strong magic.
He's really trying to hold on to something in his hand. It's like Damien Letho or something. Treason. Okay, now we do have to pass. We're not RNGing a high roll on this. He's only capped 2 cards. And he did play Jan Kalate, so these should be all of his good cards. It's just what are these 2 cards is the question. I suspect one might be Damien, which would be pretty bad. What we can do here is go keep this hand, Novice, shuffle back, that way we can dodge a potential, I don't know, Vilgefortz or whatever. Well, that actually doesn't work. We dodge Contarella. We still wouldn't have any cards in our deck though. Yeah, we'll just put you back. See what he's got. Looking for Nausicaa Sergeant, I'm sure. Okay, I'm not sure that one does anything for him. We go Novice. Yennefer. Sergeant. Zarthesius seems pretty good.
Now, how did that incantation go?
Let's see what he's gonna do here. Fire Scorpion. Yeah, so this is a good time to play our Yennefer or a Nausicaa Sergeant. I like Nausicaa Sergeant. I will put this here to make Assassination worse. And hopefully now he'll hit this down, because this guy's got armor, and then we get a better, well, Yennefer something that's shorter. He's playing tall removal. Yeah, there's the Damien. We suspected as much.
There'll be nothing to pick up
Boost
when I'm
here.
done with you.
Letho, Kingslayer too. Is that what's going on? It's my guess. But we should be pretty safe to that. I don't think you run Fifion. Well, you don't really run Fifion without Damien, I don't think. I think Letho Kingslayer is a good card because you can copy Hefty Helga too. Nope, just Stefan. Gonna hit something down to seize. That's fine. Let's seize our Sergeant. What's his tall? He can't Vilgefortz, because Vilgefortz, well, he would have a long time ago if he was running it. I think we're good. So our Theseus, we drop him for 25. And let's see if he can come back from this. He has no special card removal because he's playing Enslave 6. And I'm not sure if he has a unit that'll do it. Nope, it's just that coup from earlier. And we should be good then.
Best yield now.
He has no units in his deck at all, so Yennefer plays for 3. And we have a GG.
Impertinence is the one thing I cannot abide.
Going up against Onslaught here. We do have our Horrorquack, so best of these scenarios we pull out Fukusha. It'd be really nice. Got a bunch of hands set up. This looks pretty good. Maybe not you. Yeah, not you either. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So we'll just begin here, see if we can get something good.
That's you and me, Absol.
Oh, it's Golden Necker. It's Golden Necker Warriors. So Magic Compass for the Fukusha. Pulling his Roach is essentially a 0-point tempo for him, so it just gives us the Rience tempo. It's nice. But then again, we don't like ruin his deck or anything. But now we know exactly what he's running.
I suppose. And the end.
Crack and eat me ghoulie. Looky here.
It's not you. We have a huge tempo lead here, despite the coral, but he has discard potential. It's gonna be for Berna. So watch him get double discards. He probably has it. One and Vial. Okay.
Nothing like some overseas
The nice thing about boost, well, can't talk. The nice thing about Albrecht here is we can keep boosting. Potentially, potentially can boost all of our cards so they can't get damaged. Oh, if we leader, we get our second Mage Assassin. That's really good to know. That is really good to know. Okay, that is the problem card we were hoping to avoid. Gives him a bunch of armor.
I like you whether you like it or not.
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
Very nice. We do Mage Assassin, Albrecht. We are running Squirrel, so best case here for us. Best case here for us is if we can get this to a 2-round game. Not that we're very good at that as a deck. Okay, so we do have that round 1. We have Squirrel, which is a key card here. Sergeant's good for later. potentially we can get our Witcher Adept to work this round. Do you want Vilgefortz and our Dead Man's Tongue, though? We probably don't need two. Okay, that's a good card.
A shame. A fine vintage it would have made.
He is not magic compassed yet. It's worth noting. That card's annoying. Dead Man's Tongue, probably don't want this. And probably don't want this. We want him to play Magic Compass so we can squirrel it. It's like our main goal of this round. Gonna go with Black Hand. Not terribly surprising. I think we drop this guy here.
It's mocking me, I can tell.
As long as he'll start boosting. His short round's gonna be very good as well, which is scary. So we'll see which one's better. That's going to help him a lot. Will help him quite a bit. Do have Decree. Did Blightmaker to the top, so let's do Novice.
Now, how did that incantation go?
Just keep boosting with Albric. Make our round 3 as good as possible while hopefully banishing the Magic Compass.
You wanna pass, you gotta pay. Can't let you through elseways.
I live to serve you.
So there's the Golden Necker. No Magic Compass still. Compass is the card we want to get rid of. Really would like the Vilgefortz here, but I'm not sure it's worth it. We could banish the Red Sword too. Problem with that is that we can't deal with Compass. Let me just real Decree the Blightmaker.
Defeat them with hunger, crush them with thirst.
He's still a Siri, by the way, which is not ideal. Okay, there's the Compass. We squirrel that. He's gonna Lippy this, or we're gonna squirrel it. Oh. So yeah, we can squirrel. If we squirrel, he'll win up 2 cards, though. He's gonna make Fukusha twice.
Sacrifices must be made on both sides.
If we let him do this again... He won't Hero Pass on us, I don't think. And if he does, we could potentially win. Well, it's a lot of ships, never mind. Of course, we do have high roll potential, he knows that. Albric's an 18. If we hit Albric with Zarthesius is 23. We have a Yen too. It would be extremely risky of him to pass here. And then it'd be risky of us to play a card. It's Clown World. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna play one. I assumed he would. Our problem here is we don't have a good setup round 3. So we need to boost with Yennefer. And he has 5 damage from the red sword. He's got 2 hits here. We'll see whose short round's better. He has like a 12 damage Terror of the Seas, which is quite a bit, if we're honest here. What's our last card again? It's Nozick Sergeant, right? Yeah. That's a nice card to have. This is our ideal short round here. Let's just see if it works or not. He also has a good short round, but we have a ton of value in these 5 cards. Problem is, so does he. There's the Ciri.
Save me some time.
Drop the Nausicaa Sergeant. We know he has Hengate Sword, 2-liter charges. Hengate Sword spawns a Viper Witcher Adept, which will boost for him. He should do that soon. And then... not sure what else he's holding on to. We'll see. The nice thing for us is he shouldn't have... okay, there's Terror of the Seas. He's going to kill our units. If he kills all of our units, we can't boost with Yennefer, which is a smart move by him. Unless we double boost our Theseus, which... not a fan of that. But we'll just do our Yennefer here. Yennefer plays for 21. Pretty nice. Won't lie. It's pretty nice. You can't have Heart of Terror. You can't make Heart of Terror because we banished the Magic Compass, so this is safe. Unless he's playing Ulfodin. Ulfodin, a fantastic card back in the day. Now, no, not really. I used to run Ulfodin. I think I'll make a quick video on him. I like that card. There's the Hengate Sword.
Slow when I finally get you.
Now he drops our Theseus. He plays for 23.
Never err in my predictions.
And you can see, if the deck works, you get a whole lot of value. Quite a bit. He's gonna hit us here. And again. Sure. We do have the option of playing Triss. He's not gonna play anything bigger. So we'll just get rid of this guy. We should be perfectly fine here. Playing this ranged on Triss is like another, what is that? Another 20 points. So it's plenty of tempo. Even if he has like double spores, we should be fine. Gives us even more value now. We'll go Forts, get our Albric. Now we're up by 34. That should be sufficient. And as you can see, we pulled out a lot of value here, even against a deck with its own good short round. Once he decides to discard his last card or play it, we'll have a GG here. Or he can time out his turn, like, I won't say what. Come on, man. You've one card in your hand. Just play it. Don't be a sore loser. Wait for the turn timer to go to the bottom, then DC. Those people are the worst. I guess he just walked away from his computer or something. Well, that'll be a GG. It was Morkvarg. Fun fact, Morkvarg does not trigger if it's discarded by end of turn timer. I made a video on that before. So against Guerilla tactics, there are some good things we could get with our Ihorkax, which I think we'll try for. We don't want to draw our Rience. See if we can get him with this. Saskia Commander is the scary card though, right? If we pull that with our Ihorkax, it's pretty bad. But he's probably going to open with it, and maybe we can get Milva or something else. Problem with getting Milva is she still has that order, which will just set up to shuffle her back in. Oh, it's Phoenix. Well, that's interesting. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Not quite sure what he's running, so we're not going to play our Ihorkax. Well, we should. Let's just do Fisher King. Do our Albrick here. Come to the top. Got our Roach out. It does make this Ihorkax less good, but this Roach is coming out anyway when we play him. Our Rience, I mean, because he's going to have less cards in deck. So there's Milva. Milva and Madoc. He's gonna have to move with Milva and waste all this bleeding value. Got to move. Well, that's interesting. The amount I wish right now we had Vilgefortz in our hand, it's very high. Dead Man's Tongue. I think we will get rid of Squirrel in this matchup. I don't think he's playing Simlots at this point. And then probably one of our novices. So they're making a bomb again, probably. Because the making a bomb sets up the Madoc and it sets up Milva. Yep. I think we do go for this.
Let's you and me have some.
Got his Herald Gourd. That's definitely worth it. Alright, we're going to lose our Rience, but that was good to get rid of his finisher. Not sure I need to tell you that, but it's definitely good. We're definitely losing the Rience, though. He has tons of control. It's a bomb deck. And he has Guerilla Tactics. He did just shuffle away his tactical advantage boost, by the way, so that's -5 on tempo. Got Carlo. I'm gonna be honest, it's a really weird deck, and I'm not sure this does us anything. Does anything to tell us how good our deck is, but it's intriguing. Very intriguing. another bomb. Is he gonna move us? Ah, it's a Milva kill. Makes sense.
As you command.
He's doing something shady here. Just not quite sure what it is yet. I mean, it's probably just no unit stuff, honestly. It's probably just no unit stuff. These are all dwarves, though. Worth mentioning. Not great value there.
I trust no one. Never have. Don't you fret about me. Can take care of myself.
I think we just Blightmaker into a Mage Assassin. Use Blightmaker to our Mage Assassin here.
Quite literally.
We're not going to draw it off of our Tactical Decision. If we play Tactical Decision, we might end up playing Tactical Decision this round. There's no way he's not doing something sketchy. Look at this Guerilla. I don't think he's playing this.
Truly electric.
Let's play the Mage Assassin. Don't think we need to lead her if he's playing such low tempo. GG. Guerilla tactics. Let's see what we run into this game. Cursed Scroll, that's interesting. Most likely it's some combination of harmony tactics and all that good stuff. Or waylays. Most likely. We might want both of these Viper Witcher Adepts, honestly. We do definitely want a Snowdrop. Oh, perfect. Let's go with this. We have the Horrorquacks with Royal Decree. We don't want to draw the Rience to mess that up. Let's see what he does here. I'm guessing Saskia Commander's coming down. Maybe we can yank a Milva then, although it's not great.
I don't recall.
We do not want to play Horrorquacks until he goes for his Saskia Commander. We don't want to play that for him. We do not want to play that for him. Which means our actual opening is going to be this Viper Witcher Adept just sitting here and getting hit by Milva. Awkward though it is. He'll use a Milva charge on this. Oh, Guerilla Tactics charge into Milva probably. Or he'll just play his Saskia Commander and count on that value. There she is. So now we try and pull a Simloss out of his deck with Horrorquacks. And we'll see how that goes. And let's see what we get here.
Let's you and me have some fun.
We got a Simloss exactly like we wanted. So no Waylay combo for you. Now he has to kill Rience as well because of how much value it is. Gonna get us a +8 order at least. If we do decide to go Snowdrop, which I don't think we will, the Mage Assassin would be more. This is a Heat Wave on the Rience. He doesn't have that anymore. Let's go Dead Man's Tongue. We will banish our... Where is... I think we're going to be doing a 2-round pressure, so we'll banish Nausicaa Sergeant. And a Courier. As we do a 2-round pressure, Nausicaa Sergeant's not good. Which is what looks like will be ending up and happening this game.
How am I to catch it, Master? It sees me every time.
Maybe there's no Milva. Saskia Commander and Simlos is really expensive. I'm guessing there is a Milva, though. Let's see here. What do we want to go for? We do have Snowdrop combo. But then we lose our round 2 pressure. We'll just drop a Squirrel. Not really a card we want to banish since the Simlos is already gone. This is the turn where we need tempo because the Saskia Commander is going to go off again. We do not want to give him any new categories, so we don't want to kill anything of a category he already has. He's going to do this. We could go for Snowdrop. If we win on even, we can bleed round 2 and go to short round 3 like we want, so it probably is worth it.
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
No stench for a foul.
And that should give us round 1. He's down by 28. This could also not be for Waylays, it could be for the double Bountiful Harvest. That's a pretty common thing they do as well. Now we bleed this round. We want his leader charges gone, because if we have nothing to boost round 3 with our Yennefer, then it's really bad. There's Albric. We have not boosted Albric at all yet, by the way. So we're going to try and do that this round. We have a good hand set up to do that. We should be able to bleed some stuff out, because the Albric does give 2 points every time you do his ability, which makes our cards fairly good point slam. Not amazing, obviously, but it's not too bad.
Dance! Dance! Dance with my death!
Without hesitation.
Just want to try and bleed some of his stuff out.
If this is me now, who was I
There's
to
Waters. That's a good one to get. These are all very expensive. I think he could still have a scenario.
That was not in the spell books.
We're not going to have that big of an Albric this game. We'll see if it's enough. Do have Vilgefort still too. We'll try and set up our ideal short round 3 and see if it works. You might leader try and avoid going down a card, then we'll see if he's running Milva. He is. Okay. It's good to know. Let's keep boosting our Albric, make him play cards. He's not going to lose this round, but we're making our Albric set up for round 3 quite nice. So he's running poison. We have a very good high roll potential. Okay, he's going to do another Milva charge. We want these charges gone. Do another one. We need 11. If we play 2 cards, do we get 11? We get at least 6 here. I think we pass. If he has a scenario or something in his hand, he has it. We've gotten rid of a couple Milva charges. Our Albric's fairly big. We should have our round 3 setup that we're looking for. In theory, of course. Put this back so our novice can boost it. It'll be a 16. It's not that great. Yeah, so he does have the scenario.
Now, how did that incantation go?
The scenario might be too much to overcome. I was hoping we could just go for this long round 3 and kind of show, or the short round 3 and kind of show the power we can get from it. Is Chameleon the card we want to kill here? I think it's the card we want to kill.
Just great.
Well, is it gonna give him 6 points? We got the Trigger Harmony. I don't think it gives him 6 points, so I think we hit this. That is a nice Vilgefortz target. We'll go with our Yennefer here.
Nothing to pick up when
Get
I'm
ourselves
done
that
with
nice big boost, plus 16. He potentially has 2 poisons here, but we still have Zarthesius Vilgefortz. Here's the first poison. He's gonna look for a second if it's not in his hand. Because he's playing Dried Ranger, but he's only played 1, so he could have a second one. This is what, Vitality 3? Yeah.
The forest holds many secrets.
He has a lot of points here. There's Arthesius.
There will be rain or frost.
Get a nice big boost on him too, plus 16. This is probably Dried Ranger. It is. He should move his Forest Protector and click the order.
Never have.
Oh, it's not Forest Protector. Alright, so if we do our Vilgefortz ranged, it won't be enough. So we have to go melee and hope we get a really small card.
My name? I don't
It's not small enough. Have to bleed out the scenario. Vampire's engines are probably too strong. I don't think we can do anything about flitters. But maybe we can pull out Regis and then have a chance for a round 3. But we're not going to get to a short round 3 because his engines will take us out round 1. And that's not really good. Got the Nilfgaard here. And now we see if we have a chance in the game or not.
When I finish with them, there'll be nothing left to bury.
Got a Renfri, that's pretty good. But I don't think it matters. Like, I don't think we have enough to get to a round 3. It's funny though.
I sense strong magic.
I guess is Regis. Regis is better than our round 3. The only thing we have going for us is he hasn't played a flutter yet, but he probably just drew one to operator it. Which is also not good.
Master, seize me every time.
+8, that's pretty good. Yeah, he drew a flutter. This is Megascope version, we have to kill this flutter or lose the game. If it's not Megascope version, we have to keep Vilgefortz. Since it's Renfri, we know it's not the Megascope version, so we should be good there. Just want to mention that. I think we'll just drop another one of these guys. We do have our Snowdrop and double Mage Assassin, which is good, but I think we need that round 2. The nice thing is we are the one pressuring him. The Dead Man's Tongue. Squirrel not needed in this matchup. And then I think we'll get rid of... Let's get rid of one of the novices. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep this Vilgefortz.
Naturally. At once.
None of these are good. I was hoping we'd find our Albric there. Didn't, because I don't want to have to tactical decision to get him, but looks like we're going to have to. There's the Rune Mage. I think we do Snowdrop tactical decision here. If we can end with last say so we can Vilgefortz the Regis, that's pretty good. Alright, so we will drop our Snowdrop
You'll never get my rhymes out of your head.
to our leader. So we can get rid of these Mage Assassins real quick.
It is peace you desire. Prepare for war.
1, 2, and we'll put this on top.
Snap.
This will put you on top. We don't need you right now.
A clean kill.
Novice gives us engine value this round, so I think we'll keep that. Just go like this. That should be round 1. At least giving us a chance in it. There's the Renfri's gang. Keep him up on tempo here. We might have to Vilgefortz, which I really don't want to do.
No good wine will come from here, not even compost.
You have a fair bit of points still, but it's not amazing. 2 flutters. Okay, I have no idea why he took so long to play the second flutter. I guess it's because he wanted to operator, and now he can't. We're gonna have to Vilgefortz that 1 flutter. So we lose 1, 2, 3, 4 points, 5, 6. This makes up 2, so we lose 4 each turn. He gains 1 each turn. So this should be good enough.
How did that incantation go?
Also get a couple snowdrop points too, which is nice. I meant not each turn, this turn, because of the bleedings. Putting on some good pressure here, which is quite surprising. He was too hesitant on the second flutter. Ideally, he passes. He does not. There's an Igni. Can't say I'm surprised. So we're down 20 now. So we have to give him the round. Well, we could Vilgefortz. If we play a card, we lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and he gains a point. So we play a card. He would be essentially, we'd need 26. This is 20 if it pulls a 0, which it won't. Then this would have to be, yeah, no, we have to pass. Which is not good, obviously. Are these cards better than Courier? Yes, they are. He probably tries to 2-0 us. He does not try and 2-0 us. I am very surprised by that. So we'll just boost our Albrecht.
A fine vintage
Again?
it would have made.
Alright, so we want the Albrecht in our deck here. And we'll see what we can keep up with. If he still if he's running Incubuses is where this gets a little, well, gets more than a little scary if there's Incubuses involved, but if he's not running Incubuses, we might be okay. Yeah, it's probably an incubus.
Satisfaction.
We have Blightmaker. Even without Operator, he gets to do this. If we go... I think we just Triss and kill it. There's no reason to let him, like, maybe put out a big bleeding. Like a, Thirst for Blood, so it's out of our range. Boost our Albrecht again. He does have Regis. However, we have Vilgefortz to answer that. He's gonna last save the Regis, which means we can't actually kill it, but at least we'll pull out Albrecht.
Be not afraid. This'll only hurt.
Also scary is Oriana, but we potentially have the Vilgefortz for her instead.
There is no other way.
So no Blood Moon. That was unlucky for him. We'll do Oriana for here.
There'll be nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Nice boost. He's already played he's already played Igni, so we don't have to worry about that. He shouldn't have a tall removal left. And we're in a really good spot here, I think. He's interrupted the Regaray of Vol. That is fine. We'll play our Zarthesius here, get a really big boost, plus 14. We do have to be mindful he still has a Regis, which is a really big card, but it's going to come down to it what his other card is. We have no Bleedings out, so Oriana's no good. He would have played that already. It's just a Peller, which is not that surprising, honestly. But I'm pretty sure that our Vilgefortz here will end up getting us just enough to beat out his, what's it called? His Regis. We pull this out. Albrecht's out. He needs a 35 on this Regis. He doesn't have it. And Ehorax messed everything up because we got rid of his Renfri in the game. Which is why I like Ehorax Rience so much. But yeah, this Regis isn't going to be big enough, and this will be a GG. Taking out Vampire Renfri here. There it is. So that's the deck, guys. Sorry if there's some noise. There's some construction outside now, and, well, we'll find out just how good my audio filter is in a minute. So that's the deck. As far as how it goes, I really enjoy Rience Ehorax, but I'm pretty sure that if you want to play the deck better, Sunset Wanderers to thin here, then squeezing in either Heatwave by dropping this Gnostic Sergeant down to a 4% card, probably a Spores, or a Peller to purify off a Defender would be really good as well. That's probably better. But if you really want to play the best version, pains me to say it, but it's going to be Renfri. You just put Renfri in, take this out, go for Renfri's Gang, put Renfri's Gang in, then you find another thinning somewhere. I'm not going to be doing that, but if you want to play the best version, I'm pretty sure the Renfri version is better. Just because your weakness is getting Bled round 2, and playing Renfri round 2 completely negates that in most situations. So that's why it's better. And I would recommend, if you actually want to win more games, doing that. However, if you're like me and don't want to play Renfri, just don't. You don't have to play anything you don't want to. As far as the rest of the deck, there's not much you can change, right? I think I talked about this in the beginning. A lot of stuff's very fixed. Like, you need Decree, Vilgefortz, Zarthesius, Roach, Triss, Yennefer. You need most of these cards. The spots you can change are the thinning cards if you want different alternatives. If you don't like the Viper Witcher Adepts at 4 provisions as an engine card, you can swap those. And the other one is if you don't like these top 2 cards, you can swap them. One thing I do want to mention is Summoning Circle and Imperial Golem. Now, the reason Summoning Circle and Imperial Golem is really good is because you can do it in a match where basically if your Albrecht gets taken by like Vilgefortz or something, you can use Summoning Circle and Imperial Golem in most games just as a good tempo play to pull out the Imperial Golem. and to thin your deck. But if you're up against Nilfgaard and you lose your Albric to a Vilgefortz, because at least in my experience, 90% of Nilfgaard players are still Renfri, and they run that Vilgefortz as removal. If you run into that issue, you can run the Summoning Circle Imperial Golem, and then if they do that, you just play the Imperial Golem and leave the Summoning Circle in your deck, and leave the Imperial Golem in your deck. If you leave them in your deck, they're both units, so your Triss and Yennefer will boost by the Imperial Golem. That messes with Zarthesius a little bit, because Zarthesius will play the artifact, but if he plays the Summoning Circle, you can still use your Triss Yennefer, and then the Summoning Circle will pull the Golem out too. So I think that's a really good option if there's a lot of Nilfgaard. I'm going to be testing that one out myself, but that's one good option. Other than that, it's mostly very fixed. There's some cards you can change around in these flexible slots, but most of it's up to you. Overall, though, I do like this deck, and I think it has potential. It's just not good against Nilfgaard, and Nilfgaard's the meta right now. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.